Welcome to the DoubleACS Daily News. The mission of the American Red Cross is to prevent and alleviate human suffering by relying on the work of volunteers. The Red Cross of Massachusetts is now looking to fill 2 volunteer positions in the Attleboro area, and we spoke with a representative to learn more.
There are 2 volunteer positions that I'm focusing on, and I'm also focusing on 3 counties, and that is Norfolk County, Essex County, and Bristol County. So in these 3 counties, we have a high need for 2 particular volunteer opportunities. One of them is a disaster action team member, and the other one is a blood donor ambassador. The blood donor ambassador is a volunteer that would volunteer at a local blood drive. We try to have 1 to 2 volunteers at a blood drive. If you go to a blood drive, everyone at the blood drive taking the blood and delivering the blood, they're all paid staff, but we try to have 1 to 2 volunteers there. And then the other position that I mentioned was the disaster action team member. And this is a person that would work for disaster services, and they would primarily respond to local fires. Whenever there's a fire, the Red Cross is there. We offer support to the people involved in the fire, financial support. We give them information on what their next steps would be. A lot of people that are in that situation are really not thinking about these things, and so we're there to help guide them through the process. Probably the easiest, and when I use the word easiest, I mean in terms of a commitment, time commitment, volunteer opportunity that the Red Cross has, or at least one of them, would be a blood donor ambassador. As a blood donor ambassador, you're asked to volunteer at least 1 shift per month, which is about 5 hours. Each blood drive usually lasts 5 or 6 hours. So we're asking you to do 1 a month. You would have access to a calendar that goes out about 60 days in advance. We have anywhere from 10 to 20 blood drives a day in Eastern Mass. And you would just pick and choose at your convenience whatever blood drive you wanted to go to. The training for a blood donor ambassador is relatively simple. You would receive an email from Blood Services explaining how to, the process of registering. And the training is basically on-the-job training. You would go to a blood drive where there was already a blood donor ambassador and be trained, and by the end of the day, you would have it down. The disaster action team member, once you become a disaster action team member, there are series of trainings that you have to complete. Once a disaster action team member has been trained, they would be asked to volunteer 2 on-call shifts per week. And an on-call shift is, I think it's about 6 hours. And basically what you're saying is if there's a fire in my area, call me because I'm on call. If anyone is interested, they can either contact me and hopefully my information will be here, but it's ricardo.mckinnis@redcross.org. Or you can call me directly at 617-571-9244. Or if you like, you can go to our website, which is redcross.org/volunteer.